if NA has adapted.
I want to see people execute on their potential, Zeke. That's all I want. That's all I want. I see things happen, and I see the potential, and I just want it to happen. I just want to see the flower bloom going into this game 1.
We'll have to see if this flower does indeed bloom. But here we go. Battle bus is launching now over the sky. Right. So I like this bus.
Dead center.
Pretty much, yeah, dead center. North to south there, not too bad. So what we did observe coming out of the EU games was Wailing Woods, hotspot.
Yeah,
right?
Wailing Woods, Tilted Towers had at least 4 to 5 people at a time. Pleasant Park, 2-3 people. Other than that, I think Tilted and Wailing were like those high contention points. Maybe even Retail had around 2, 3, maybe 4 players at a time. So it is going to see how the NA scene kind of decides to shift things up toward these certain parts of the map. And as you can see, just straight off the bat, it's the same thing with Wailing Woods. You got the 2 people on Floating Island. Yep. You have the 2 people in the woods, 3 people in the woods, 1 person going at a house. We talked about that briefly in the EU broadcast, but basically it's going to be interesting to see how that player sweeps through Wailing Woods, takes their time, and lets the other players do the work. But going into here, we have Obey Quiz dropping at Gus, aka Racetrack. He is accompanied by somebody else on the west side building. He's going to go ahead, get into it real quick, destroying that ammo box and everything else in its path. A maze dropping at the warehouses near Junction. He has an opponent there. Optic Baldy has some shield, a pump versus a pistol.
It's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah.
I think it's the right play. Just go ahead and bail out.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, unless you can land a few good headshots.
Oh,
or a tactical shotgun. There
Yep.
you go. Amaze is being amazing. Now the question is, can he lock down Baldy, who, like you said, has shields as well?
And Baldy has them in his hands.
Baldy's loadout, not that much better.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same, except it's a pump and a silence pistol.
He has more range he could work with when it comes to shotgun damage, and that is what I think, with the angle he's holding, will be a big... If he plays his situation out correctly, he should come out on top with his range being more effective.
Man,
but
Baldy
Amaze is closing that gap. You see, Amaze is pushing that gap, knowing that he could push that limit, that boundary, if he does get close to him. But Baldy with the armor, you know, I don't know if you want to take it.
It's 75. He'd have to crack him a few times before even getting shot back. Look who's just over the hill, though. Liquid Vivid. Now here's the question. How much noise does he make? Oh, does he have a beat on him? Not like this.
A flower pot. You got it.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
Flower pots are dangerous. Gotta watch out for those.
So this fight's taking a bit too long. I think somebody needs to just take the aggression, and if it's anybody, it's your boy up top. With him having shield advantage, I don't know if he knows he has it, but he just needs to get some sort of damage on him, get some sort of knowledge, and, you know, hopefully not take any damage in return. But this fight is going to cost them, and the circle does not seem to be necessarily in their favor 100% here. There we go. He's got the knowledge. He knows he's not blue, but Baldy gets dropped tremendously in this early game battle. Forced to bandage, forced to play slow and passive. Amaze creeps back into the building. I don't know if Amaze knows he has the health advantage here. He might not, but he's just going to go to full anyways, because he knows he definitely got a shield off. Yeah, 100%. He's aware of that.
You know, though, I mean, if he probably saw the damage number, he probably had to assume, like, all right, I've at least cracked 100 shield here. He should have just gone aggressive. I mean, especially with attack, right? He has more opportunities to fire between shots.
But there's no match to go aggressive here. Both of them are, the person high has to make the aggressive play, and that's what we see here. Baldy, but Vivid from the hill, looking like a Goliath. Look at him. Full HP, full armor, throwing boogie bombs, and Lupo and Tilted.
Also a lucky llama.
Indeed. Lupo's and Tilted as too. We have a few people on Tilted, and like you could already see Lupo's just moving through Tilted, making it happen. Back to Vivid and Baldy. A story to be had. Baldy just got his first elimination, but Vivid knows that he just got out of engagement. He watched it happen. Lucky Llama represent. We'll see if he can pull it off.
Baldy with the wall at it.
Aggressive play.
It's not quite enough. Vivid had the shield, had the weapons. Now, he is dropped very low, but he's got the half shield, he's got the meds. He's going to be able to top himself back off and start this rotation. Look at Tilted. So it's interesting. We're kind of seeing what we saw in Europe.
A little bit, but one thing I want to notice is that no one's dropping double L's. And that's a big thing. In EU, people would contest and drop double L's. And Lupo jumping off of the ramp. They're both at kill range right now. Lupo needs to hold this one by one. Lupo does have a pump. If he could get a clean shot, it is over for him.
The wall edit
unfortunately.
Is too much.
Yes.
That is Dr. Lupo going down.
And Destroy's just like, my campfire, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for playing that.
Oh! Joseph takes down.
I feel like I'm watching a highlight reel. What's happening? It's just back-to-back madness right now, early game.
Look at Dusty though. He is super low. 8 health. Now he's got the 100 shield, which is good, but
that's true.
Okay. That was almost fall damage.
Difficult fight. His opponent's on the other side here. They're going for the high ground. Joseph, he's going to have the position here. He's going to make sure he connects to the other building. Has a real solid foundation to work on. Going to get more information on his opponent, see if he can knock him down in any way, get any sort of damage on him. I don't think any shots are going to be taken, but this engagement, one of these guys are going to choose to back off soon. Or just keep trying to pummel him with rockets, but the mat count is dwindling.
Yeah, and took fall damage for it. This is kind of something we talked about earlier, is the amount of time you have during an engagement. Obviously, shorter is better, because you can kind of take down an opponent, grab their stuff, and kind of get moving.
And Joseph's already out, and here we go. Spicy already in an engagement. Here it's Horrify getting shot from his east, his northeast. He's going to make sure he blocks that up before he tries to continue to pick this single clinger. He's trying to make something happen out of it. Oh, but I don't think there's going to be anything that he can do to get past this metal unless he just goes for it.
Yeah, Horrify having to use metal.
Sorry. Oh! Horrify catches him off guard. Gets the pump shot!
The turnaround! That was textbook, man.
That was a big play.
Has 100 health. So only lost shield in that entire little skirmish there.
And I think it's important to note how Horrify really played the mental state of that game. He waited till his opponent was getting shot at, right? He waited till his opponent was distracted by the person in the third party. Then he makes the play for the shotgun shot. Right. So that was really well done by Horrify, giving him one elimination. He's back to farming. I mean, he's already near 1K medal. And we're back at Tilted with B-Sox.
You see that little house there with 3 people inside it? It's a lot. B-Sox is taking their time.
Yeah.
This is from Horrify's perspective here. Right there. Super clean, man. Mason. So this is the house currently with players pretty much all over the place. Oh, you see Camille's is out there not too far away coming in.
Yep, and now it's the battle for Trump. That's probably the one thing about NA Fortnite. I guess the tilted play that I've seen so far is Trump Tower, or just the Castle Tower, Castle Building is like the building that people want to take, right? People want to have that building, so because that's like the building you basically have control of. If you have control of all tilted, if you have control of that building. Right. And in EU, it seemed like people just kind of cared about their own little building and whatnot. That wasn't the case. But here you go, B-Sox ready to make a play on an opponent breaking out of this rock. But here we go, Destroy right above his opponent. This could be something good. But Mason has the double barrel. He's gonna let it rip into Destroy.
Wow. And he just outtrades him all the way through.
Yeah, and Mason wants more. He's not done.
Now, who was the person there that was shooting?
That was Horrify.
Okay. NetJ is close by as well. No. And I think Camille's is the little diamond down south. Let's try to see. Let's take a look at where the safe zone is. So, you know, upwards near Floating Island, just outside of Dusty, which is good.
So big positions of contention when it comes to looking at the zone and where you want to be setting yourself for this next upcoming circle. Divot, probably not the best idea. On top of the diner, on top of the warehouses, that's going to be a good position if you want to get yourself anywhere in that area, in that southwest region of the map. Land Bridge, that's the area south of Tomato Temple. That's also going to be a very, very contested area. I wouldn't be surprised if we've seen many players drop around that area. And any of the little hills around the container site is also going to be really solid. And I think we're going to see a lot of people kind of wait on the northeast side of the map, play it real nice and slow around. Oh, Mason getting into engagement here with a few members. It's a pinch for JTT here.
Oh, he's trying to get him with that double barrel. He's trying to close in. Just taking time to reload everything. That's how much time he's dedicated his engagement. All of his weapons. JT is down below. He's got a shockwave and a slurp. Oh, a huge headshot, though. He's just trying to close it in. There you go.
Gets it.
2 eliminations. So don't forget, one more that put a point on the board for Mason. And I mean, he's doing okay, all things considered, right? Storm's only taken for 1 at the moment. It's not too bad, but
definitely.
He's just kind of chilling. He's like, is there someone else around? Can I rotate safely?
Yeah, and,
yes.
And something that's going to be interesting to see is as these players on the northeast side of the map start to, I suppose, get solidified around the island, a lot of them are going to want to use the floating island as a rotational tool for the next circle. We're going to see that, and it's going to be cool to see where the players decide to drop. And Barton actually, oh man, you hate to get like hit like that, just out of nowhere, and just your shield's gone.
But it's over to Old Dusty Diner.
Yep, and here's B-Sox put in a nice position, like I said, right near these warehouses, where he basically has control of this entire area. And, you know, he didn't necessarily waste much for it. He has 700 mats. If he could get a pick, it will allow him to move even forward towards this game. But so far, when it comes to eliminations, as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players with 2 eliminations so far. Coming into the mid-game, it's going to be cool to see those numbers, you know, go up and down. Overall, across the board, look at just how many people have an elimination in general so far. There were some matches, last match of EU, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
There were people with no eliminations coming into late game there. And that is going to be something that I think will be quite interesting going into this game. And it's just game number 1. So it's going to be really awesome to see all this. And like I said, if we look at the map, you'll see like there's 5, 6, 7 people around the floating island in Welling waiting to take advantage of that spot, of that rotation. And some are already doing that.
Yeah, there's already 4 making their move. But inside Dusty Diner Myth, I mean, look, you got Cheek Alive on the other side of this wall.
Yep.
Being really sneaky. Oh, cracks once.
Oh, no.
It was just a little chip, a little bit of chip damage there. Yep. Cheek is on the other side of the wall.
There you go.
Store, is it enough? Okay. They're both probably like, they're both probably like, okay, so let's try this again. I'm gonna leave and come back.
Chico is very, very healthy though in this situation, and you gotta wonder if she is fully aware of the amount of damage that she's dealt to Babouche, because now B-Sock's gonna take her kill. And is that something you want right now? Or it could even come down to a situation where you could help with B-Sox and apply pressure and get that elimination quicker, but B-Sox has control of this area right now. This is B-Sox land. And I don't think he wants anybody to be fighting in this area without him being a part of it, plain and simple.
You look, Tyler's is even there as well, but Tyler's just biding his time, chilling, hanging out. He's on the other side of the B-Sox. I don't even think knows he's there. Wait, he might have just spotted him. Oh yeah, look, Tyler bailed. He was like, later guys, I want to get to safety now. And look, Dimes is there as well, over to JT, who just got eliminated there. The likes of Sir Demetrius. And now he takes a Chug Jug. Dude, so we kind of touched on it a little bit, but Dusty's a really hard spot to rotate out of.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, now that we need to start moving to safety here in 12 seconds, you not only have to fight through these people, potentially your exit points are limited because you can't always just build straight up, right? You've got these hard angles. Now, you do have some trees for cover, right? If you need them, but this is not ideal.
But yeah, but I think we'll see this here. Elimination on Mills here. Sir D takes it. Oh, and that's where he redeemed the Chug Jug.
That's right.
But we'll see as these players move in. They're already so you see those 1x1s out in the distance right now. Those are people that are already in their positions, already ready for this rotation to happen. Ready for these people in Dusty Divot to just show themselves and try to make a rotation. So that's something that's going to be very scary for every single person that's going to be rotating out of Divot from that southwest side of the map and into the circle. I mean, good luck to him. But now's a good time to pick up some eliminations if you're built up and looking for these guys coming out of the circle. Or coming into the circle, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we still have 54 players left in the lobby. Don't forget, guys, big bonus still on the table. You need to have 7 eliminations, and right at 8, you activate big bonus, which is 1 point per elimination after 7 and 7.5K. So you're going to see a lot of this aggression start to shift. Again, this is still only game 1, so there's probably like a little bit of game jitters, right? People start warming up, trying to get a feel for everyone else in the lobby, but look at how congested this map is going to start to get. I mean, again, 53 players.
Yeah. And I mean, B-Sox here, 2 eliminations, 400 mats. If it was later in the game, we might be thinking that that's a more acceptable situation, but this is before we even get started, really. Moving circles haven't even been a thing. So being in that position definitely is a bit unfortunate. But let's look at this circle and see what's going to happen. Let's talk about it for a minute. The east side of the map, there's a lot of potential to get into the circle, but there's not a lot of potential for any high ground in this circle.
Right.
There's the forest that some players are going to play in. We see like one person out and about in the, on the right side, a little blue marker. I think he's actually in a little bit of a skirmish with another player, but one of those guys are going to end up moving into the forest and have a safe position, and a lot of the other pressure is not going to be on them. So this is going to be an interesting match to see how the low ground plays it out. I don't think that the high ground is going to become this like insane factor, but these players that have these free rotations in is going to be insane. And speaking of, you know, rotations and eliminations, Sir Demetrius with 4 eliminations already.
All right, so this is now the highest we've seen so far. Now keep in mind, we still have quite a few players left in the lobby at 50. So Sir Demetrius could be the first big bonus we see today.
50 people, and the pressure is so evenly spread out across this next circle that really, like, there's his position.
He's got the quad launcher.
And he's in such a nice position to make this happen. He's not like, you know, quad launcher to get the pop off on that guy. The elimination claimed on EU Dimes.
And he picks up more rockets.
Yes.
He's got a med kit now if he wants, a grappler as well.
He has eyes on him though, and so he needs to be careful in making this rotation. He needs to know that there are people scouting for him after taking that elimination and being so close to the zone. But Falmer pushes up and above. No, he drops down, struggling to get up. And Demetrius, 7 eliminations, makes the rotation. No damage, gets the high ground. Beautiful rotation from Demetrius. That was so just elegantly done.
Just
overall
crispy. You see him, he takes the engagements, he fights Fulmer.
Wow.
Then he's got the grappler, just disengages. Not only does he disengage, he gets on top of another player's build, utilize their build, and now he's safe.
Yeah.
And with 6 elimination, Myth, he is 1 away. And at 8, he will be the first person all day to get the big bonus. But look at Mason over there on the left side of your screen. He's dropped super, super low. And now look, Demetrius is like, I'm just going to drop down.
I think at this moment in time, I think, you know, Demetrius got to be asking himself, yo, what's the right call? What's the right call? What do I do? When should I do it? And I think it seems like he's going to stay there and try to get these rotating eliminations. And I don't think that's a bad idea at all. He has the launch pad. He knows that the amount of players in this game right now, 44 alive still coming to this game, he's going to have that rotation in with his launch pad, with his grappler. So just try to get some of these eliminations, some of these picks as players that have to forcibly move into the zone is smart play by him, and I think he's playing it out really well. And he could get the 7th elimination by just being completely safe.
Look at the mats, look at the ammo counts. He's poised here, man. And I think you pointed out right. He just has to take it slow. A lot of players might be like, oh man, I have to get that 7. I'm 1 away from big bonus.
Yeah.
Just take a deep breath, assess the situation, just play to your strengths, right? So Demetrius just maintaining high ground. He's like, yeah, everyone move. Waste your mats. I've got plenty of ammo. Now, and he's just gathering information, right? He's like, okay, now I know I've got a player here. He knows about the players over on his left in those builds as well. He's playing it right, and then he's got the little floor back there when he's like ready to disengage with the launch pad.
He's looking for any opportunity.
Zook taking
it. Getting a little skirmish. The shotgun. Yep.
E-Sox though, man, he's got 4 eliminations, 1 away from that next threshold. Oh my god. gosh, we're at 33 players. Storm is moving right now, and look how many are inside the safe zone.
Oh, unfortunately, Sir Demetrius goes down.
Super
that
close.
Is unfortunate. So now B-Sox being our new leader in eliminations, having a fairly decent amount of materials in. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays it. And I mean, coming up next, we have Vivid with 3 eliminations as well. So he's right behind B-Sox. Both of these players racing toward the 7 elimination mark and past that.
And now Poach finds himself another elimination. So it's B-Sox, Vivid, and Poach is your current top 3 in eliminations.
Getting shot from the other side while he's focusing on another opponent. Gonna need to find a way to navigate here. The circle is moving in 13 seconds, and Nice taking out Nate Hill during all that craziness. So we do know that Nice is a person with that rocket launcher that we're hearing in the background. Poach taking out Hysteria.
That's 4.
B-Sox just preparing for the rotation, making sure he gets it in. That is what is on everyone's mind right now. Is just let me make this rotation. And you see as they all prep to go through it. Vivid pulling out his grappler, making sure he gets there in a very meaningful time. Doing it. There he is. He's on the other side. He's got a lot of eyes on him, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, he used the grappler there to make that clean rotation, but like you're saying, he just attracted so much attention.
That is true.
Look at Exus, Coop Train up top, Aspect closest to us. Liquid Poach down below, trying to keep that true low ground.
And it looks like Exus is going to end up getting the high ground here from what it looked like. Coop Train trying to find people within their tunnels. But he's not going to find any picks here. And it seems to be so fast, how you go from 40 players to 15, and that's where we see a lot of these eliminations happen. Think about it. That's a big majority of the lobby just gone.
That's right.
Just out of the game, and it all happened within 2-3 circles. And Poach picking up another elimination. 5. Vivid and Poach.
Taking a look at the scoreboard, Myth, we've got 2 contenders, Poach and the likes of Vivid. They both have 5 eliminations. They are very close to getting that big bonus. Again, ladies and gentlemen, 8 points is when you get the big bonus. Any eliminations after 7. And Vivid's got this nice position, though, hanging out on the left half of the circle.
Yes.
Look at the mats as well, man.
Oh, yeah. He's stacked right now. He knows what he's got to do. He's just making sure that he does it. Not trying to take any damage. Poach with 6 eliminations.
And he picks up the quad.
Here.
No rockets, though.
You hate to see it.
Maybe he's hoping if he can find one player that he can eliminate, find the rockets, this could be huge.
Yeah, I mean, he had an AR in that slot or something, so
it was a great AR.
It's definitely, just worth to get something different in there. Even though, he has an RPG, but we do know that and the quad launcher do function extremely different. Here you go. He's going to go ahead and spray down an opponent that seems to be healing. Gets the elimination. Poach with 7 eliminations.
We could actually see it. He needs 1 more elimination. The big bonus is any elimination after this.
He wants it.
Poach. Okay, it's okay. You can tell he's just resetting. He's taking a deep breath. He's got the loot. Oh, he's punished for that.
Tries using the rocket launcher there to get his... Wait,
was that? It was! That's the first big bonus! The first big bonus. Now keep in mind, again, ladies and gentlemen, any elimination after this is just a constant 1 free point and $7,000 point, or wait, $7,500.
$7,500, yep.
Here we go.
Here we go. He's going to go for the people above him. Vivid's close. He's aware of that, though. Vivid dropping down next to him. He sees an opponent that just killed him. He's going to go for the... He gets the kill. That's 2 additional points.
2 big bonuses.
Oh, my God.
Myth, are we going to see...
He could get 3. He could do
what
we've been talking about.
It's Aspect. I mean, Poach is... He's poised here, man. He's in a great position.
Oh.
Only 15 HP.
Brings him down.
Where is
doing
he?
his best.
He's all right. Oh!
It's a shotgun fight!
It was so close. It came down to the wire, but SEN Aspect takes down Poach.
Yes.
Now, this is good and this is bad for a few different reasons. Obviously, Poach hit big bonus twice. So all in all, he places second. He gets the 2 points from that.
Yeah.
meets a 7 elimination threshold bonus, 3 points from that, and then the 2 big bonus points. He's hitting the board here in game number 1 with 7 points and 2 big. That's what, $15,000 after just game 1. Poach just said, "I haven't even placed yet, guys. How's it going on Poach? Great to see you." Man,
First
the position coming out from him, just the rotations he made. Wow. Let's take a look at that final moment.
Can you imagine game number 1, $15,000 in your pocket?
Ooh, that's, I mean, if I'm Poach, man, I'm feeling really good.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Aspect, though. The very quick swap there to the wall. He blocks the rocket incoming. And unfortunately, so in that situation, he tried to, Poach tried to trade with Aspect with the heavy shotgun. Aspect just got a better angle, so that's why we saw Poach drop to 15. And then Aspect closed it up. So all in all, Aspect, because he had 3 eliminations, he's going to get 1 point and then 3 from the victory route, so 4. But again, Poach, 7 points, 15K after game 1. We didn't see any big bonuses at all in EU. And here in game 1, NA says, "Did you want to see these? Let's do it. It's time."
Yeah, I think I think that plays to the strengths of what we see in like NA gameplay, where people, I mean, they all had mats late, basically. They weren't, none of them were like starving, running around with 10, 20 mats at the end there. They all know how to play toward late game really well and conserve and not take engagements that they don't need. And then they play for those picks during those late game rotations, during those circles that are moving, because that's where your opportunity to get into an elimination, pardon me, rises tremendously. Because if you start shooting at somebody else might start shooting at somebody. And in that close vicinity, you could easily get a spray down on somebody, and it turns into this situation that I think is very, very healthy and promotes like these kills. But in EU, we didn't see these 50 people being in these late game circles, right?
Right.
These 40 people being in these late game circles. So people try to get these late game eliminations, but they're not there in the first place. So
yeah, I mean, it was definitely a different pacing entirely. And like you talked about, the lobby went from like 40 people down to 15, which then dwindled down to 7 basically in a flip of a coin there. So Poach, though, he makes the best of that situation. Let's take a look at some of the highlights coming out of here from game number 1. I mean, if this is what we have to expect, man, going forward, I'm game.
I'm juiced. I'm ready.
Just to be able to see the big bonus happen here in game number 1. I mean, we kept coming so close in the EU games, and I mean, Poach honestly made it look so easy.
Oh yeah.
And although just that game sense, man.
Yeah, and when you look at Poach's like loadout and what he had to work with, I mean, he was in shambles for a minute. You know what I mean? He didn't have 6, 7, 1,000 max mats. He didn't have 2,000 mats going into it. He just had like 200 mats going through the entirety of that late game, right during those last few circles, and showed up big with it. Didn't play for the high ground, played for the areas where he knew there wasn't going to be pressure, and just lasered the people coming toward him.
Poach lining it up. For you guys at home, how did you enjoy the first game? Hit us with that hashtag ball skirmish. Poach being the first player of the day so far to get big bonuses. Coming out at 2, so again, that's going to be 15K hitting his way, an additional 2 points. My, oh my, we have more games to play, but with that being said, we're going to take a short break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Words are hard. Stay tuned.